And recording. So I'm going through the journal and I actually found a request for a band I haven't reacted to yet. Band by the name of Orbit Culture, song called Saw. Now, this is one of those bands where I've never heard of them before at all, but I do have their video queued up here on YouTube. This is from their official YouTube page, and it looks like it was uploaded about 2 years ago. It's got a million views, so it's got to be pretty decently popular. But again, I don't know what this is going to sound like other than this is probably metal. So I'm going to jump in pretty blind. About 5.5, 6 minute song. So let's see what they got. That little breakdown right there in the last like 10, 15 seconds actually sounded really, really good. Um, the the vocals sound interesting, especially since it seems like it's only the one singer, so it's kind of layered in a funny way. Where I imagine like one of the other band members is probably doing backup vocals for him in like a live setting. But I like how deep and growly the initial voices, the higher pitched, cleaner vocals are okay. They're not doing much for me, but like the growls I like, the clean vocals I can take it or leave it for right now. The beginning section was good. It was a little repetitive, but once they actually started switching it up, the actual rest of the song started to make sense. The drumming sounds fantastic. Like, it's not a really big kit, and he's not doing anything too complex, but the way it's mic'd, it sounds so good. Uh, yeah, it's just a big presence in the mix. That little part here, this little breakdown, which I'm going to actually rewind and hear again, like I enjoyed that a lot. And it sounds like I stopped it at just the right point where it looks like it might switch to like another riff and then probably go back into the verse. But that's actually a little bit further back. Oh, nice. That actually ended really cool. I think musically, the second half of that song was a lot more interesting. The first half was cool, and it did what it was supposed to. But I think construction wise, that second half was a lot more interesting to listen to and took me on much more of a journey. The first half was more straightforward, hit you in the face kind of thing. And the rest of it, that sort of slow, clean picking piece that started off that second half actually was a nice cool down to what the song initially does to you. Just that pow. But yeah, super interesting. Sounds more complex that way. It actually made it so that I enjoyed his cleaner kind of yelling. It's not clean, but like clean compared to the growling. The cleaner singing, I actually enjoyed it more with the varied construction just because there was more elements and more like peaks and valleys along the way as opposed to just being like a this is the riff. This is the riff. This is the riff, and I'm changing my vocal, changing my vocal. This is the riff. This is the riff, where it's more flatlined. Um, this way, it's sort of is able to mask itself a little bit so that it all sounds better in the mix, and just like with the instrumentation, and kind of like makes more sense. I'm starting to repeat myself a little. Drumming is very good. Bass, I was able to pick out the bass. It was good. It wasn't anything not too complex, but it sounded good. The same thing with the actual guitar playing. Like I said, the first part was a little repetitive. Um, Going into the second half, it actually evolved more and got more complex. So I was able to enjoy it and appreciate it better. They were able to show off their skill more in that second half. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think this is a sound and a band that I could probably keep listening to, and I think I will. So if you guys have any suggestions for other songs by them, if not, I'm just gonna pick them at random, which isn't always a good thing. I tend to be bad at picking the songs at random. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this. Definitely sounded good, and I want more.